Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you all programs and options on this Candy Ultra HCU1492DE. So, on this machine the program selector is on the right. We've then got the Smart Touch NFC area next to that. Start pause button here. Temperatures just off of the display. On the smart and higher models, higher end models, they are part of this whole black outline, but for some reason on Ultra they're not, and I don't know which I prefer, to be honest. I don't think I really mind either way. It might look better if it's part of the black part. Anyway, got spin speed and temperature separate, and the corresponding buttons below that. To the left of that we got soil level / rapid selections, because you've got 3 different rapid cycles in one, and I'll go through that when we reach the rapid cycles. You've got delay start or end, I'm not sure which one that is. So I'm sure someone will tell me. And then we got the 3 options here with the corresponding button below it. And then we've got this My Selection thing, which I still haven't worked out what that is. So, and we've got this area of the display says kilogram detector. I've never seen anything appear on this part. I wonder if that's just something for the higher end models, because nothing seems to show up in that area. The kilogram thing icon is here, between the child lock and the door lock icon. So I don't know what that's for. But then again, I've not managed to put this into a cycle, because you know, it's, I'm sure you've seen the previous videos. They give away that it's broken. It just endlessly feels. They won't progress. So I've not been able to see. Maybe that does appear. I don't know. So yeah. So we go around to the right. The first cycle, which the dial is blocking so you can't see, is the Smart Touch cycle. And by default, the Smart Touch downloaded cycle is set to auto clean, which runs at 90 degrees and 400 RPM and lasts 2 hours and 9 minutes. You can't change the temperature. Oh, you can. Why can you change the temperature on auto clean? Okay. And you can change, they can't change the spin speed above 400, so you can't alter the spin speed, yet you can alter the temperature down to cold. Where's the logic? Anyway, so yeah, 90 is 2 hours and 9, 60 is also 2 hours and 9, 40, yeah, they're all the same, aren't they? Yeah, they are. I think that's the case with most cycles on this machine. It even lets you have L3 and L2 and L1. Hang on, that's just cotton. Weird. Right, anyway, so L3 is 2 hours 47, L2 is 2 hours 9, and oh, you can't have you can't have L1 on cotton. That's one thing about this machine. It doesn't let you select L1 on a 90 degree program. Only L2 and L3. If I put this down to 60, I see L1, 1 hour 34. But the funny thing is, if you manually change the temperature to 90 while it's on L3, while it's on L1, sorry, it stays on L1, 1 hour 34. Options, you can have extra rinse, hygiene no, and easy iron no, which makes sense because it is supposed to be auto clean. Moving on, we have cotton next, which is also blocked by the dial, so you can't see it. 2 hours 48 minutes by default, and defaults to 400 RPM and 60 degrees. Now, you can have all temperatures, and every temperature is the same length. You can also have all spin speeds, and all of those are the same length until we get down to no spin, which is 2 hours 29. There's no rinse hold on this by the looks of it. Maybe that's what easy iron does. L2 is 2 hours and 10, and L1 is 1 hour 35 for all temperatures. And again, it lets you go up to 90 with L1 if you select L1 and then move up to 90, but it doesn't let you select L1 if you're already on 90. Delay end or start, whichever one it is, you can oh my god, these buttons are not very responsive, are they? Amazing quality, that is. Up to exactly 24 hours the delay goes for. I don't know if that's delay end or delay start. I haven't properly looked at the manual yet. Options, you can have extra rinse, or is that extra rinse or is that pre-wash? Probably pre-wash actually. Either way, pre-wash or extra rinse, you've got 2 hours 57. Hygiene or whatever that is, I think that's hygiene. Hygiene medic rinse or something, 2 hours 48 again. That's the same as original, so most likely not extra rinse. An easy iron you can't have. No, you just can't have easy iron on cotton, even if you select low spin speeds. No, okay, fair enough. You can't combine options by the looks of it, so yeah, that's interesting. Moving on. Cotton with pre-wash, default 3 hours and 4. Yeah, that can't be pre-wash then. That's got to be extra rinse, because you've got cotton plus pre-wash, which means the only cycle you can have a pre-wash on is cotton, which, okay, I suppose you could do the pre-wash then cancel it and move it to another cycle, but sometimes it's nice to have a pre-wash option. Anyway, defaults to 40 and 1400, and you can only go to 60, so you can't do a 90 and a pre-wash, which again you'd have to move it to back to cotton to do the 90 degrees after doing the pre-wash, which is a bit of a pain, but it is what it is. L1, 1 hour 51, L2 is 2 hours 26, and L3 is 3 hours and 4. Now, what options can you have on this? You can have extra rinse, and that's it. Moving on. Eco 4060, 3 hours and 5 minutes. By default, automatic temperature and 1400 RPM. Now, you can change the spin speed all the way down, even to no spin, which I don't think for Eco 4060 you should be allowed to do, but fair enough. And surprisingly, you can also manually select the temperature. So, I can manually select 60 and it will take it from 3 hours and 5 up to 3 hours and 17. Then, 40 degrees, 2 hours and 17. And 30, 2 hours and 47. 20, again 2 hours and 47. And cold, automatic temperature rather, is 3 hours and 5. Is that cold or is that automatic temperature? I can never tell from machines that just... Because if it's cold, it doesn't show anything, but also automatic temperature doesn't show anything. That's a bit like what the Haier did that I have. And it makes sense because Hoover and Candy are now owned by Haier. So, options, extra rinse, nothing else. Let's check with a temperature. Extra rinse, no, nothing else. Alright, moving on then. 20 degrees, 2 hours by default, 20 degrees maximum, obviously, and 1000 by default. Surprisingly, this does not let you select 1400 on the 20 degree cycle. Doesn't really bother me because I'd only ever use that for video purposes. Yeah, temperatures 22 hours, cold also 2 hours, and obviously you can't have above that. L3 is 2 hours 38. L1 is 1 hour 25, and L2 is 2 hours. Options, extra rinse 2 hours 10, hygiene no, and easy iron no. What can you even have easy iron on? I've not seen anything with that so far. Right, mixed colours, or coloured 40, as it's called. Default 40 and 1000. You can have 1400. I'm very pleased to see that actually. And the highest you can have is 40, which kind of makes sense. 2 hours by default, that's not a bad time. L3 is 2 hours 38. L1 is 125. That's a nice selection of times actually. Yeah, not bad. And options, you can have extra rinse, act on 10 minutes, no hygiene, and no easy iron. Moving on, synthetic is 1 hour 57 by default, 1000 RPM by default, and 40 degrees by default. You can have up to 1000, which isn't bad for synthetic, and you can have up to 60, again not changing the time. L1 is 117, L2 is 147, and L3 157. Options, extra rinse 2006, hygiene is 1 hour 57, and finally easy iron, or whatever that is, 2 hours and 1 minute. Doesn't change the spin speed. I guess that just does kind of like an interval final spin, multi-phase final spin kind of thing. Since it doesn't reduce the speed. Moving on, this is rinse only. 29 minutes, 1000 RPM. Apparently this is 2 rinses and a final spin. Limited to 1000, annoyingly. And the reason it's limited to 1000 is because it's designed for all materials. Like you can rinse anything there. Which is what the manual states. Because I looked at the cycles briefly, but not enough to take in all of the information, if that makes sense. Obviously no temperature, obviously no soil levels, and you can have an extra rinse, which, no you can't. Why can't you have an extra rinse? You can have easy iron, which adds on 1 minute by the looks of it. Yeah, 1 minute. Okay. Next, drain and spin. Now this allows up to 1400, thankfully. It says 10 minutes for everything. It's not 10 minutes, it's more like 15 for 1400 RPM. Obviously no temperature, no soil level. Options, no, nothing at all. Unsurprising. Moving on, jeans or denim is by default 40 degrees and 1000 RPM. One thing I love about this denim cycle, 1400 RPM it allows. That's brilliant. I wish more denim cycles were like that. And maximum 40, which makes sense. Can't have any soil levels, so it's 59 minutes. Options, you can have extra rinse, which takes it to 1 hour and 3. Can't have hygiene, and you can't have easy iron. I would have thought they would let you have easy iron on a denim cycle, but I guess not. Maybe it's already there by default and that's why they don't allow it. Anyway, moving on. Now we have hygiene or anti-allergy or whatever, I can't remember what it's called. I'm going with hygiene. 800 by default, 60 degrees by default. But allows 1400, which is very good. Better than the hail, which only allows 1000 on hygiene. Temperature, 60 degrees only. Shame you can't have 90. No soil levels. Options, extra rinse, 1 hour 44. Hygiene, no, I guess that's already included by default. And easy iron, no. That is hand wash. 800 RPM max. That is max, isn't it? Yeah, 800 RPM max, and also by default 30 degrees by default, and I also believe that is the maximum. Yes, it is. Soil levels not allowed. Options, extra rinse takes out to 56 minutes. Hygiene not allowed. Easy iron takes it to 46 takes it down to 46. Okay. I guess it just does a shorter spin. Moving on. Got delicates. I think that's it. Yeah, that's got to be delicates. 400 RPM by default, 40 degrees by default. and you can go up. So 400 RPM is the maximum for delicates, but for hand wash the maximum is 800. That's the same thing as on the Zanussi, where you got 700 RPM for delicates, but 900 RPM on hand wash. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, max temperature 40. Going down doesn't change the time at all, as usual. Can't have soil levels. Can have extra bits, which takes it to 1 hour and 4. Can't have hygiene. Can have easy iron, which takes it down to 53 minutes. I guess that cancels all the spins other than the final one, and makes the final one shorter. Alright, rapid. Now this is where the soil level button becomes a time selector button. 800 RPM by default, can go up to 1400, doesn't change the time apparently, but I bet that will take a lot longer than it says on there if you're doing 1400 RPM. 30 by default, 40 maximum. Again, doesn't change the time, but I guarantee it's going to take a lot longer than that if you're doing 40 and 1400 RPM. 30 degrees is, 30 minutes is the next rapid cycle. Again, it goes up to 40, 1400 all the way down. Does that change the time? No, it doesn't. So again, I think it's going to take a lot longer than half an hour to do 30 degrees and 40 degrees rather, and 1400 RPM spin. And the next rapid cycle is 44 minutes, which I think allows the same things. Yeah, again, 40, 1400. That doesn't change the time, but 44 minutes I can see it easily doing 1400 RPM and 40 degrees in. And there we go, it resets. So on 14 minutes you can't have anything. On 30 minutes, again, can't have anything. And on 44 minutes, again, can't have anything. That's somehow not surprising. Next we have Perfect Cosm 59. I believe that's called, or A59. Do they still do A59? I'm not sure actually. I think A59 sounds better personally. Default 800 RPM, 40 degrees. This does allow full 1400 RPM since it's designed for Cosms, and allows maximum 40, which why can't it do 60 in 59 minutes? No soil levels, obviously. You can have extra minutes, which is 1 hour and 3 minutes. And that's it. And that doesn't seem to do anything. So, yeah, I'm still not sure what this section of the display is for. I'm sure someone will know. Anyway. That was all programs and options on the Candy Ultra. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please leave a like. I'll make a separate video about the app, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.